Jordan Lopez made a connection, and I thought this would just be a good opportunity to let folks from the college share a little bit about what programs that they have, what are some of the things that they do, because I know we know CPCC is an anchor institution in this city, but I would love to definitely see a stronger connection between the East Side and CPCC. So thank the team for coming. Who do I have from CPCC on the call right now?
How you doing? So Charles Mitchell, Associate Vice President of Student Access. Also Darian Page is on the call. Brett Fansler is also on the call. They'll present, and Kelly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you permission to share the screen and I do have the presentation you sent. But let's go ahead and try to give you sharing permissions. It might be a little bit easier. So y'all give me
Yeah.
one sec. I appreciate y'all making the time to come chat today. All right, let me do this. Give me one second, y'all. I think Zoom. I should not be continuously having the issues with Zoom as I do. I think Zoom changed, at least on my end, the sharing permissions. Can you guys request permission to share?
On my end, it says disabled share, host disabled attendee screen sharing when I click on share.
All right, give me 1 minute. Let's just do this then, Charles, for the sake of time. Let me pull your presentation up. So thank you for sending it in advance for that exact reason. Okay. CPCC. Okay, here we go. You guys just let me know when to proceed. Let me get this set up. A few more people in the waiting room. All right, let me go to view. All right, all y'all.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you guys for allowing Central Piedmont to be a part of today's conversation. My name is Darian Page. I serve as the Director of Outreach and Recruitment at Central Piedmont. So today, I want to briefly highlight a few of our programs and areas of opportunities that would be especially relevant for people in the East Side. All right, you can change the slide. This is just a general overview about the college, but we serve over 52,000 students a year annually in Mecklenburg County. We are the second largest community colleges in North Carolina. We also have a good diverse student body as well. We have 95 countries represented, but we also award $4 million in scholarships each year. As you guys know about college, we always talk about affordability. And beyond our scholarships, we also have financial aid where we really encourage Pell Grants. So students who may not qualify for Pell Grants, we really try to offer students scholarships because we know that's a big deal. We do not have any internal loans at the college. We really push for students to complete FAFSA or to complete scholarship application. But also too, accessibility. As you see, we have 8 locations conveniently around Mecklenburg County to make things accessible for our students. All right, you can, next slide. So if you could visualize, there's a map right there on the right-hand side of Mecklenburg County, that's fine. But this is a list of our campuses that we do offer. Cato campus is at our off of Harris Boulevard in Plaza. Central is our campus uptown. Harper is off of 77 South near Arrowwood and Hebron Road. Harris is near the airport. Levine is in Matthews, and Maracas is in Huntersville. And City View is near Philip O'Berry and Harding, and WTVI is near Uptown campus as well. All right, next campus. Next slide. So this is our campuses by program. So as I mentioned, these are our campuses that we have in Mecklenburg County, but these are also our programs that we have at each campus. So as you see, there may be some campuses that have some of the same programs. Like I look at architectural technology, that is at Central Campus and it's at Cato Campus and it's at Harper. That just shows you the growth of that program. We have programs that are certificates and our associate degree programs. Our AAS programs are going straight into the workforce after 2 years. But these are programs offered at individual campuses. Now, if a student is planning on going to a 4-year, they can take their general ed classes at any campus. So their English, math, science courses are offered at all the campuses. But if a student wants to go into a specialty type of program, it's going to be offered at a specific campus. All right, next slide. If you guys did not know already, I know a lot of people are aware of the Career and College Promise program. It is a great program for our young students. This is an opportunity to take classes, college classes, while you're in high school for free. I always tell students, you don't hear the word free after the age of 18 too many times. So this is an opportunity for students to take classes while they're in high school. We start talking about affordability, so it helps with cost and time. You know, I even say this to my kids. Sometimes knowing what you don't want to do is equally as important as knowing what you want to do. And in high school, you're able to explore some of these programs to see, man, do I really want to be in engineering? So I'll take engineering classes while I'm in high school to get a better idea instead of getting to college and realize, man, this is not what I thought it was. So college and career and college promise allows the students to kind of explore what areas they may have an interest in. Now, as we were talking about, these classes are offered in person and virtual as well, but we also have Central Piedmont Academies. So we have some schools near the east side, like Geringer, Rocky River, Chambers, where you actually can take these classes while you're in high school, not even have to come to a class to take advantage of these classes. All right, next one. Also, too, with our career and college readiness, for students who may want to get a GED, high school diploma, high-set ESL courses, this is a good way for students to come into Central Piedmont to learn these skills, to kind of transfer into workforce development and our curriculum courses. If you guys didn't know, we serve students all the way from 14 years old all the way to 88 years old. So we have high schools on our campus with our middle college and our early college, but we also have classes for students who may want to do special interests. So if you want to take a salsa dance class or pickleball or golf lessons, you can take classes at Central Piedmont as well. All right, next slide. One of the things that we are excited about at the college is the brand new program, Barbering Technology. This is something that's going to come onto the Harris campus near the airport in August. As you see, these are the hours, same hours that students will have to take if they go to any barber school. We have flexibility when we start talking about day and evening options, and these are the skills that they learn as well. Now, as we start talking about prices that students will have to pay, you're talking about getting a barber license for $7,500 compared to some cases where students are paying up to $20,000, $25,000 for the same thing. So we definitely want to get the word out. And if I have time at the end, I'll put in the chat, we have information sessions, virtual information sessions where students can learn more about the program. All right, next slide. Cosmetology is something that we've been having for a while at the City League Center. Now it's going to be moved to the Hair Center near the airport. So this is something that we're excited about because it's offered in English and in Spanish, so that students will have the opportunity to get the credential after completing the 1,500 hours. One of the things that the program chair talked about is when they sit to take the state exam, I think the average pass rate is 70%, but Central Piedmont is over 90%. So these students are going through these classes, but they're also passing the state exam as well. So these are people who want to go and work in a beauty salon, but also who want to earn their own, who also want to have their own business. All right, next one. This is also something that we want to get the word out, that is offering English and in Spanish. Anybody who want to go into early childhood education, child care programs, pre-K, after school programs, it's a credential that you can get, whether it's an associate degree or a certificate. This is also that's offered at the Harris campus as well. All right, so that is my piece. So next up to speak about the workforce and business development, we have Brett Flansler, who serves as Executive Director of Corporate Engagement.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for the time. I appreciate the opportunity to attend your meeting. So I work in the Division of Workforce and Business Development, and our role is corporate engagement. So I'm going to do kind of an overview of our entire division and some of the things that we do. What we do is provide workforce solutions for companies. So we work directly with organizations in Mecklenburg County. If there's something that you're looking for incumbent workers, we can help you. If there's something that you're looking forward for in terms of hiring employees, we can connect you with our career services folks. But what we're about doing is making those connections between the college and the industry. We do that in a variety of different ways. We also help with small businesses. If you notice here on the PowerPoint, we offer free small business center services. So there's free classes that you can take with us. There's free business coaching and counseling that you can get with us. We also offer space available. So if you're connected with the small business center and you want to meet a client here or something like that, and you've already registered and taken some classes and you're seeking counseling, we have space for you to do that here in our small business center, and that's located on the central campus. But primarily what we do is we like to collaborate with all areas of the college, because one of the things that we've noticed, and I've been doing this for a long time, it's community college is the best kept secret, right? And we're trying to stop that. We want people to know what's going on and all the different things that we're doing, so that you as a community member can leverage the services that we're offering, because oftentimes people don't know. And what we're trying to do is make sure we're getting that word out. Next slide, please. This gives you kind of an overview of how we support business partners on the talent acquisition side in our career employer relations area. We use the platform called Handshake. So if you are a partner of the college, you can post jobs for free. You can come and recruit on campus. You can even come and visit classes. In terms of talent development, you can be engaged with us. Educate and upskill your employees, and we even provide some team building opportunities. We could do that contractually with you, or tie you into some public offered classes that you can just send maybe one or two people. But if it's something specific that you're looking for, we can customize something for you. And you meet with one of my team members and we can put something together for you. In terms of talent enrichment, we actually encourage folks, especially in our AAS programs. All of our AAS programs have advisory committees made up of industry. So for instance, machining, welding, some of the real hard skill, we've got representation on our advisory committees that meet twice a year. And why do we do that? We want to make sure that we're teaching the right thing. We want to make sure that you understand what it is we're teaching. It doesn't make sense for us to deliver training if it's not applicable to the current world today. So we try to stay engaged, and that process happens at least twice a year. We take that information from industry to make sure that we're doing the right thing. And then at the end, they talk about philanthropic giving. If there's something that an organization wants to partner with the college, or maybe set up a scholarship or whatever, we've got an avenue to do that through our institutional advancement, and we can make those connections as well. It's customized training program. Some of you may have heard of it. And the easiest way to really describe what this is, you hear of a new company that's expanding or moving to the area. If they qualify, you hear that they might get incentives, right, to come to the area. Well, the easiest way to say it is we're kind of one of those incentives. If they're going to create jobs, have a capital investment, then we could very well design a training program, write up a training program. The state will then fund that program over a 3-year period. It could be something as small as a $60,000 grant. It could be up to $1 million, maybe more, depending upon how big the organization is. And we usually take that training program, that package, and that's spread out over 3 years for that one organization. So if you know of companies that are thinking about moving to the area or have planned to move to the area, we like to be there to try to help them on the training side to upskill, to onload or onboard new people. And then if somebody's eligible for that, reach out to me. My director will come out and have a chat with you to see whether or not you're eligible, and then we could write a project. And so we basically, if you can think of it, we can probably figure out how to help you. Whether you want to lease space, whether you need something specific for your employees, whether it's a small training class or something large, very likely we can deliver a solution for you. There's my contact information. Email is probably the best for me, and or the corporate training email that's there. But we are here to support you. And we want to make sure that we're getting that word out, that we're constantly looking for ways to partner with local companies. It doesn't make sense for us to do things in a vacuum. We want to make sure we're working with you so that the things that we're doing are impacting this region, and that's what we're all about. And I think we have one other. Is it Kelly?
Yes. All right. So hello, everybody. My name is Kelly Herman. I'm not HKM0232E. I guess I missed a step there when I signed in. But my name is Kelly Herman. I am the program manager for the Boost program here at Central Piedmont. I'm really excited to tell you about this program. So students in the Eastside could be applicable for this program. So it is an accelerated college to career program. And this program can deliver what students want most, which is to finish their degree in a timely manner with some financial supports along the way, so they can move on to their next steps, which is either to enter the workforce or to transfer and move on to university. The ultimate goal of this accelerated college to career program is to have students graduate in no more than 3 years upon entering the program. So that's why we can say that Boost at Central Piedmont delivers a high-paying career in less time, with little to no out-of-pocket expenses, with coaches who guide them through every step, with, again, that option to transfer to a university. So how do we know that Boost is going to deliver all of these wonderful things? Yeah. So we know that because it is a replication of the CUNY ASAP model. So CUNY, City University of New York, they began their Accelerated Study in Associate Programs initiative about 20 years ago. And what they discovered through this program, the Accelerated Study in Associate Programs program, they did a lot of research studies that showed that that program provided students with the support and everything that they needed, so that students that were a part of ASAP at CUNY, they graduated at double the rates of their peers that were not part of the ASAP program at CUNY. So for that reason, then, what started as an initiative at CUNY turned into what has now become a model called the ASAP model off of that original program that was started there. So the model has now morphed into what is a replication collaborative. And so North Carolina is the most recent state to be a part of that collaboration. So the collaboration includes many states across the country that have adopted this replication model of the ASAP program. And so that is the reason that we know that this program is really going to provide what it's telling students that it's going to provide, because it is evidence-based of student success, and that's evidence and research continues through rigorous evaluation across the replication programs. So what was it, again, through the research that made ASAP so successful, which now here in North Carolina is called the Boost program? What was discovered is 3 key elements, and those elements are integration and belonging, timely and relevant support, and academic momentum. So what that looks like here in the Boost program at Central Piedmont is, with the integration and belonging piece, we provide that for our students through group academic coaching sessions. So they work with their career and academic coach in a group setting. They also receive plenty of opportunities to participate in student engagement activities, workshops, different types of events. We provide off-campus trips and college tours. We want to be that consistent source of support for students so that they have a place, they have that sense of belonging. We provide timely and relevant support, consistent communication with the students, working with them individually on a one-on-one capacity, again, through their career and academic coach. So we're providing that relevant and timely support consistently, the connection to campus resources, and that financial support, which is a $100 monthly payment or grant. And then we also provide a $300 allowance for students to purchase supplies at any Central Piedmont campus bookstore. So all of those things combined with academic degree planning, which means that our coaches work with the students so that they understand all of the classes that they need to take in order to finish their degree and then again move on to their next steps, plus the coaching and career development activities, which are going to give students that career readiness that they need to move on and be great. All right, so these are the benefits of the program. So they can finish, again, the ultimate goal is to finish college in under 3 years with the support every step of the way. They can earn their degree and launch their career in a high demand, high wage industry. That is because the associate and applied science degrees, those are the degree pathways that Darian mentioned earlier, the AAS programs that allow students to enter the workforce after they finish in 2 years. They are in line with the North Carolina Propel Initiative or Propel North Carolina Initiative, which are all areas of high demand, high wage industries. The financial support that I mentioned that you can see here, the connection to college support services, your coach that works with 150 students, and all of the other engagement activities. So what do students need to do to be a part of the program? The eligibility. So they do have to be receiving in-state tuition. They have to have completed their high school diploma or equivalency. They have to be eligible to receive the Pell Grant or Next North Carolina Scholarship. Next North Carolina is actually a state grant. It's not, the name scholarship is a little misleading, or veterans benefits. They have to have completed no more than 24 college credits at the time of entering the program, and they have to be in an eligible associate degree or diploma program, which I will talk about in a moment, and they have to attempt at least 24 credits per academic year. That's across the fall, spring, and summer semester. These are the eligible programs for students. And what do students need to do to enroll? They have to complete the RDS online interview, their CP college application, file for FAFSA to be receiving Pell or Next North Carolina, and complete the Boost application, which you can find on our website, which is on the next slide. So this is a screenshot of our website with our address. And on our website, you will see we have a promotional video that encapsulates everything I talked about. And there is an Apply for North Carolina Boost button right underneath there that will lead students to the application. And that's it. So we hope that you will help us and spread the word about this wonderful program. And thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And this is everybody's contact information. CPCC team, thank you for coming to present. I know that was a very quick window, but thank you for giving that breadth of information. For everyone who is online with us, I encourage you to reach out directly to these folks to ask questions. I wish we did have significant time for questions, but I know there is a lot of overlap, a lot of interest with a lot of the organizations that I see on the call. Let me go ahead and do this real quick, y'all. We've got a lot of scribbling going on. I got to figure out how we deal with that. Give me 1 second. But I do want to bring this up really quickly before we move to our next topic. I know now I've had a couple conversations over the past few days, and a WFAE did a story this morning, Julian Berger. There's going to be a lot more intentional philanthropic focus in shifting kind of the model more toward the ALICE populations, right? The asset limited, income constrained, but employed. And I feel like from an organizational perspective that serves as a community quarterback, ensuring that our folks can get access to opportunities that boost income while already employed, like, is going to be one of the biggest things, is partnering with CPCC on initiatives and bringing you all into spaces as we can. Because when I was looking at those ALICE numbers yesterday, the highest concentration of those asset limited, income constrained but employed individuals are on the east side. So for example, like one of our zip codes, 28212, 63% of people hit that metric. So figuring out how do we do better connecting folks to pathways for direct upward mobility like you guys are offering. So thank you all very much. Thank you, CPCC team. Greatly appreciated. Let's go to Ruth in the team. Ruth, you there?
Yes, hi.
All righty.
My name is Ruth Portis, and I live facing east on the boundary of Merry Oaks. And I want to thank Greg for letting me say a few words and take a couple of minutes to talk about the Indivisible pop-up that I co-captain with Stacy Hancock, who's also on this Zoom. And we do that on the corners of Eastway and Central every Wednesday afternoon around 4:30, 5 o'clock, 5:30. We're holding signs, we're holding US flags, we're smiling, we're waving, and sometimes we dance. We are trying to educate people to demonstrate support for democracy and also identify specific current issues of concern to the local community. Now, Indivisible is a national organization that supports overall policies and coordinates regional chapters that decide a lot of what we do on the ground for ourselves. And the overall mission, is to strengthen democracy in these years through direct action to educate and engage our community members. So why do we do this? Why are we standing there hoping for people to honk and wave back at us? We were hoping that we give people something to think about, something to respond to, raise awareness of issues impacting the local community, indicate to our neighbors that you are not alone, and add support to communities of action in the area. We welcome any neighbors to come in while we recognize the challenges to individuals and communities to be doing so. And to be truthful, many of us are grannies and grandpas who may be easier for pedestrians to approach. You can find out more about the different activities from the website, and Stacey's going to put the Indivisible Charlotte into the chat. Or asking those at the pop-ups and visibility actions. And Stacey can also put our emails into the chat if she doesn't mind. You can find out more at the monthly Indivisible meetings and socials. And we're basically in the middle of planning to have one at Moratorium on Central Avenue sometime within the next 6 months, and we'll be advertising that. So that's a good place to connect up. So we welcome any thoughts, feedback, comments, ideas. And I brought you a blank sign. You've seen these pop-ups, these hula hoop signs and big signs on the bridges around town. There's many different pop-ups around Charlotte at this point. So if you have any ideas, please do feel free to put them into the chat. We welcome new ideas, new things to say. We have several signs in Spanish. And if you have any that you would like to add, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Indivisible team. Thank you guys for pushing and encouraging civic engagement. And it's about to be pretty hot, so I hope y'all stay hydrated during these next few months. Yeah, if you would put your contact information in the chat, that would be wonderful. Sorry, I'm rushing through some stuff. We have a few more agenda items I would like to get to, and I'm really struggling with technology today. All right, here we go. I erroneously called this a different intersection when I sent out the agenda on social media yesterday, but would like to talk very briefly about an intersection exchange that has been in the works for quite some time at the intersection of Plaza and Shamrock. This has been identified also as a strategic investment area, but it was a project that was determined and identified prior to the SIAs that came on board last year. But essentially, this is a $65 million project that is going to create an additional street through street to change the traffic pattern at the Shamrock Eastway intersection. Now, this is a lot. If you have not seen this already, I had to read this about 6 times to fully grasp exactly what was occurring. But let me try to break it down. So essentially, if you're coming from Shamrock toward Aldersgate, crossing Eastway, but would like to turn left on Eastway, you will continue to pass Eastway, past Lang Van, take a right on a new street that does not exist yet, where there will be a stop light. You will take a right on Eastway, and that is how you will get from Shamrock to Eastway, going that way. If you are trying to go the other way, if you're trying to go left, okay, if you're trying to go left, going down Eastway toward Plaza, trying to go left on Shamrock, you will now take a right on the new street that doesn't exist yet, take a left onto Shamrock, wait at the Eastway Shamrock light again, and then continue your merry way down Shamrock Drive. I am not here to provide value judgment today. But what I am going to do is share with you the timeline, which has been relayed to me. And by relayed to me, I mean I went on the website and took a screenshot. So I had asked a couple months ago about when the community engagement sessions for this were going to occur. I was told that if I wanted to set up a community engagement, I had to wait until after June 13th. At which this project was going to be a pop-up at the Methodist Rec Center this Saturday. And then I found out, without them telling us, that they canceled the pop-up. So I don't know when the community engagement is going to be. So I put the project engineer's contact on here. But in theory, y'all got to stop texting me stuff during these meetings, y'all. Come on now. Y'all trying to get a reaction out of my face. I'm not doing it. The project schedule, final design plans will be submitted next summer. Real estate phase beginning now. Now I'll tell you how this popped back up on my radar was businesses reached out to me because they were receiving unsolicited letters from attorneys talking about eminent domain, and they did not know what was going on. So this is kind of how we got back into the mix with this. I will show you kind of the visual interpretations of what these streets will look like once this project is done. You can see Eastway, typical intersection. This would be the new road that doesn't exist yet, typical intersection, wide multi-use path on one side. And then Shamrock will have bike lanes that I don't know if those are protected bike lanes, but then they'll have sidewalks as well. So I would highly encourage, and I will send this out in the meeting follow-up notes as well, reaching out directly to the engineering project manager, Abby Preston, she has been responsive. She responds pretty well. This is in District 1. So if you have qualms or concerns about this, I would reach out to Dante Anderson as your council member for this one. But you can also see kind of a more zoomed in where the traffic lights will be. And there will be properties that are going to be acquired. I think this would directly, when I looked at the more zoomed in on the project landing page, there will be 2 properties that'll essentially be wiped out as part of this acquisition for this new land for the road. That then there will be other easements that are involved as well. So I would again highly recommend reaching out to the project manager to set up, if you're concerned, if your communities are concerned, set up community engagement sessions. I know I spoke a little bit to Aldersgate. I would recommend Aldersgate doing that. The project engineer told me they reached out to Plaza, Shamrock, and Shannon Park, but Shannon Park's not being affected by this. There's some other smaller communities that I think would be well served from having engagement sessions here. Yes, so this is Dante Anderson. Yep, Dante Anderson, District 1. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. This is a very brief touch point. On Monday, Charlotte City Council voted I believe it was, well, if Ed voted, then it was unanimous. Voted unanimously in favor of a 150-day moratorium on data centers. Now, that does not mean data centers that have already been approved and permitted are subject legally to those moratoriums. They are not. It is a different set of stipulations. This really just applies to, Douglas, I don't know if you can correct me if I'm wrong. The moratorium applies to potentially new build data centers that have not already gone through the permitting process, correct?
You're correct. Basically, nobody can put in an application at this moment. And I won't say they can't put in an application. If they put in one, it wouldn't be processed. Everything is just kind of held at the front right now. So
Okay.
basically, nothing would be proceeding forward. New would be proceeding forward for the next 150 days. And as you said, the things that are already in process that are permitted and crossed all their T's and dotted their I's, those can proceed.
Thank you. And for those of you who do not know, Douglas Welton is the chair of the Planning Commission. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being on the call. So 150 days, that puts us at November. I think the Thursday, after the November elections. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be requesting. I mean, a whole process has to unfold. I know there's supposed to be a steering committee or an advisory group made up of a different array of stakeholders. I'm not exactly sure how that process is going to go, especially as we enter into kind of the slowdown period for the city over the summer. But as I know more, we'll be sure to communicate. This is actually, I'm getting an email right now about this. Let me make sure that I'm not speaking incorrectly. Okay. Super exciting. I don't know if many of you know, the Mecklenburg County has an Office of Violence Prevention. They have been great partners to our organization over the past year and a half, really with getting gun locks into the hands of the community at pop-up resource fairs. This year, I'm very excited. We just picked it up on Friday. Our offices on Shamrock Drive are going to be a distribution site for gun locks every Friday, 9 to 2 during the summer. You can just go register. It's free. You register, you schedule the time, the day that you want to come, and you pick them up. I think the registration link went live, I think it was last Friday, and we already have 15 people registered to come through our Eastside site to pick them up. So super excited about that. If you or anybody that you know is in need of one of these, and I have the digital ones and also the ones with the keys. But this is, just a critical way for safe gun storage. It's just so critical to ensure that, guns don't get in the hands of little ones or the wrong folks. And as many of you are aware, many of our violent crimes in the city are committed for using stolen firearms, and a lot of these stolen firearms are stolen from vehicles when they're not locked up. So safe gun storage is huge. All right, I have a couple community members on the call that I know that want to share some things. Brian, I don't know if you wanted to speak, but I'm going to put you on the spot regardless. Thank you for coming here. Do you mind sharing a little bit about the Methodist Home Rec Center event this weekend?
Yeah, sure. I'll be on the spot, no problem. So like kind of what Greg said, it's a bummer that this won't be a place for community engagement, but I'm hoping that the city considers Methodist Home kind of moving forward or happy to help out with that community engagement event. But essentially, we're just hosting a free event this Saturday from 1 to 4. We're going to have a lot of activities for kids and families, but also plenty of things for adults and seniors and anyone to come out. We'll also have a taco truck coming, and while most of the vendors were going to be for the community engagement, I know Despierta is still coming. And really just an opportunity for people to come socialize, have fun, free of charge, really. I've been in this role for only a couple months now, and so I've really been wanting to have a chance to meet residents and families in this area outside of the normal folks. So feel free to come out or invite others. It's really just going to be a fun time.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you. We've got about 3 minutes. Cameron, are you still with us? Well, Cameron,
I am. I'll drop this in the chat real quick too, information real quick. But I just wanted to share with folks on Saturday, we are doing a human library. So we have a lot of elders in the community from East Charlotte and across the city, especially LGBTQ folks who helped found Q Notes newspaper, LGBTQ Bar Association, and other folks. And we're going to serve refreshments. You basically get to talk to them one-on-one. So instead of checking out a book, you're checking out a person to talk about their history and their life. We're doing a bunch of series this month around our version of the 250th celebration. We did a history walk in Freedom Park the other day. I'm going to do some other pop-ups around the city. It's free to attend. We encourage you to register just so we can work on a flow. And like I said, we'll have some refreshments as well. And it's at the Independence Regional Library. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Rachel, are you on the call with us?
I am. Thanks, Greg. So Windsor Park Neighborhood Association and that kickoff to summer ice cream social on June 17th from 6 to 8. We are going to have the Sprinkle Joy ice cream truck out in the driveway. And so we would love our neighbors to come by, hang out, bring your camp chair. And what's really exciting is that starting today, we began a test. It's on our social media page. We're going to be giving away a scoop of ice cream every day from now until the ice cream social. And it's going to be a combination of different contests. Today, it is guess how many sprinkles are on the ice cream cone. And so you guys have a chance to go in and comment to make your guess. Later into the weekend, there's going to be a scavenger hunt where we will post a daily clue where you can search for the hidden scoop coupon, which will be somewhere in East Charlotte. So we would love for you, whether you're in the Windsor Park neighborhood or just as someone on the east side, come on over.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you. I know we're like right at time, but somebody on this call must have reached out to the project manager because the project manager for this just emailed me like right now for the intersection improvement. So we're all on the same page. They will not be participating this weekend, which we knew. Instead, the project team is planning a dedicated event later this summer focused entirely on the project. So that's pretty much what I shared, but thanks for whoever sent that over to the project manager. Appreciate it. One more thing. Yeah, I gotta get better. Two other things. Two other things. We have two city events that were shared with me. Mayor Pro Tem Mitchell has a town hall Saturday, June 27th at the Government Center about growth. Good growth. And on the 24th, I'm excited for this one, and I hope people can sign up. There's going to be a public safety leadership summit that is going to be run by the public safety committee at the city. Dr. Watlington, I forget what committees are you on? Are you on that one?
I'm not. I'm on transportation and economic development.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining the call. My understanding, and I talked with Deputy City Manager Sean Heath the other day, this is going to be a series of panels talking about public safety in different parts of our community. So the opening panel is going to be myself, Michael Smith, Center City Partners, Keith Stanley from University, and Jatanya Adams from Historic West End, talking about common public safety challenges across the city. You can see the feature panel is Police Chief, Fire Chief, Sheriff McFadden, and District Attorney Mayor Weather. So this is on Wednesday, June 24th from 6 to 8. Thank you, Tanya, from sharing. Please attend tonight's MPTA meeting to get a red line stop at Craighead for Hidden Valley. Okay, cool. Thank you. And that's live stream too, right, Tanya? But I know presence matters. Wonderful. All right, y'all. Sorry, we're 2 minutes past. Thank you so much for attending. Minutes and recording will be shared tomorrow morning. Y'all have a great day.
Thanks, Greg.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, Alba.
I would love to share something for the next meeting.
Okay,
But it's going to be happening in July, so we'll still have time.
Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.